Ha! What's up, y'all? This is the Gospel according to Mark with a C. He is I and I am he, just taking some time to tell you what's on my mind. First and foremost, I want to give a great big shout out to everyone who wished my son well in the comment section of the last video. Remember, I told you guys that my son was suffering from the flu. Actually, two strains of the flu. And, you know, the outpouring of concern, the outpouring of well wishes. Listen, it means a lot to me, and I believe in the power of positive thinking and, you know, just the goodness of humanity. So, you know, thank you guys. Thank you so much for that. I'll have you know that my son went to the doctor for a follow-up a couple of days ago and got a completely clean bill of health. So he's doing great. He's back to his normal gaming, asking for all types of stuff under the sun self. You know what I mean? So listen, boy, I give you a shout out. I love you so much. I think you guys know by now, my son is the very heart of me. And much like a lot of you who are parents or have people in your life that you love, when things are not right with him, things are not right with me. So I'm just so grateful, so grateful that he's doing fine. And thank you guys once again, you know, for offering your concerns and your well wishes. Thank you. Now, also, I want to give a big shout out to I Live in Hyperspace. I Live in Hyperspace on one of his last videos shouted me out amongst, you know, a group of others, you know, who report on Star Wars and who feel very strongly about where things are going with Star Wars these days. And I really do appreciate that shout, brother. Thank you so much. Rock on your channel. I Live in Hyperspace. Go check him out if you have not already. Dude is on point. Now, I want to give a little commentary about, you know, this story that's floating around about this new villainess in the Solo, a Star Wars story. Ooh, this due to come out next month, I believe already. Next month. And we haven't seen anything from this thing except a bunch of bad shit, you know what I mean? So, and it's going to be opening up at Cannes. So I guess we're going to be hearing about it. And I ain't talking about cans like old Campbell's soup cans in the fucking back alley somewhere. You know, I'm talking about the Cannes Film Festival. So I guess we'll be hearing some shit. But you know something? I don't trust critics anymore. You know, after what we experienced with The Last Jedi, I no longer trust critics. It's like I'm going to have to wait to hear from you. I'm going to have to wait to hear from people like us who are objective, who truly love Star Wars and are not afraid to tell the truth when the truth needs to be told. So even if I hear from the Cannes Film Festival that Solo is great, I just really don't think that there's any place that the Disney influence doesn't reach. You know, so listen, I'm just waiting to hear from you guys about Solo because I'm not going to rush out to see it. So anyway, this news, the latest news about this villainess in Solo, I think it's Empty Ness or Enfys Ness. Enfys Ness. Are you kidding me? It's like first you have Scissor Punch or whatever the fuck this character's name is. It's like, what is going on with Disney? It's like, what is up with the creative minds over at Disney? This is what you come up with? Enfys Ness and the other one, Scissor Punch, Scissor Punch or something like that. I swear to God, man, it's like I keep the more I hear, the more I'm thinking to myself, where the fuck did they get these people from? And it's like, I keep hearing this song over and over in my head, and it goes, hey, hey, what's the matter with your imagination? It's on vacation now. Come and get new drugs. You need new drugs. La 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 la. It's crazy. I don't know, but Enfys Ness. Let me read what this article says real quick. And this is just a piece of the article. You can find this on cbr.com. Now, here it goes. A new report from Star Wars News Net ties nicely with promo material and drops the bombshell, the boom bombshell, that Ness is actually a woman, making her one of the few female villains in Star Wars cinematic lore. Rumored to be either a Boba Fett-esque bounty hunter or a rival smuggler, she promises to cause big trouble for Han, Chewie, and the rest of the Falcon crew, whoever that is. The translation from a French magazine describes Ness as follows. Enfys Ness, an extremely dangerous marauder, has quickly forged an infamous reputation for herself and her gang of pirates, the Cloud Riders. Ooh, that sounds so exciting, doesn't it? The trailer had already shown a group of enemy forces confronting Han, and it looks like the Cloud Riders will pay some part, it says pay some part in the storyline. I think they mean play some part in the storyline. Interestingly, the Cloud Riders also appeared in the defunct Star Wars comics of the old continuity, further hyping up that Howard will be bringing back some forgotten history. There isn't a closer look at Ness or any more information on her backstory, but if you look up in a tree, you might catch a glimpse of Ness, perhaps with some boids. But the SWNN report suggests that she could be played by English actor, of course, English, she's got to be English, Lily Newmark. Other sources tell the site that Ness could be played by another actress not listed on IMDb, who is also signed on for any potential sequels. Sequels? Are you serious? How could there be a sequel to a solo Star Wars story? I mean, for the love of God, man. By the time we meet Han Solo in A New Hope, what do we know about him? He's a smuggler, he's a scoundrel. There's not much fucking going on with him. His life-changing moment doesn't happen until he meets up with Luke, Obi-Wan, C-3PO, R2-D2, and then, of course, Princess Leia. That gives his otherwise meaningless life purpose. Why would there be a sequel to the Solo story? What the fuck? By the way, I hope they don't forget that in A New Hope, Solo clearly says that he doesn't believe in the Jedi or any hokey religion, and he's seen nothing across the galaxy that would make him believe in it. So, in the Solo movie, I don't want to hear anything about the Force, I don't want to see anything about the Force, and I damn sure don't want to see anything about the Jedi. Okay? Otherwise, you done fucked up the continuity. Moving on. If this is the case, Ness will be more than just a one-shot villain who's sent packing at the end of Solo. Joining the ranks of Captain Phasma as a female Star Wars movie villain, and that's good company. It is a case of wait and see as to what is true and false about these latest reports. SWNN also suggests that Ness won't be the lead villain of Solo. Of course she won't be the lead villain of Solo because Disney is full of shit. They act like they're all about female and women and minority empowerment, but look at what they did with Finn. Fucking reduced him to a minstrel. A Sambo shoe-shining fucking minstrel. There goes your progression, Disney. Fuck you. But will instead serve as a secondary antagonist. A secondary antagonist. Yes, that's female empowerment for you, ladies and gentlemen. And since they're not really about that life, and since there's nothing really to look forward to about the Solo story, although I would love to be surprised. Look, don't get it twisted, okay? No real Star Wars fan, and I've said this on video before, no real Star Wars fan wants to really see Star Wars be fucked up. You know what I mean? We hope to be pleasantly surprised, but we haven't been thus far. Everything that they've shown us is just complete and utter shit, and as a result of that, I am of the opinion that we have to send a clear message to Disney, who act like they don't want to listen to the fans, by not seeing Solo. That's just how I feel about it. It could be the best movie in the whole... It could be the Citizen Kane of Star Wars movies, and I still fucking wouldn't see it in the movie theater. It would have to be on bootleg someplace, and I'm over a friend's house, and I just happen to look at it. That's the way I see it. So anyway, since they want to act like, once again, this female villain or villainess is somehow big shit and like unheard of and they're breaking new ground, I'm going to do the same thing that I did with female heroes, and I'm going to do that with female villains. I'm going to list 10, not the only 10, not necessarily 10 in, you know, in any particular kind of order, but I'm going to list 10 female villains in TV and movie history that kind of stick out in my memory. and as having made an impression on me while I grew up until now. Okay? So, here we go. Number 10, Catwoman. Yes, Catwoman. As in Batman's Catwoman. Now, Catwoman can play both sides of the fence. We know sometimes she can help Batman. Sometimes she can be against Batman. Almost said black man. But, okay, sometimes she can be for Batman. Or she can be against him. But one thing's for sure. Catwoman, no matter who's played her over the years, whether it's Julie Newmar, whether it's Eartha Kitt, whether it's Michelle Pfeiffer, whether it's the young buck on Gotham, Catwoman has always had a lot of sex appeal. I think that's just the nature of the character. You know, meow, scratch me, baby. Number 10, and I love Catwoman, by the way. I don't know if I have a favorite one of all the ones that have been portrayed. And by the way, who was the other one? The one in Christopher Nolan's? Who was that again? The Catwoman in the Christopher Nolan's movies. And I'm seeing her face too. Oh, shit, man. You're gonna have to leave it in the comment section. But even she made Catwoman sexy. You know, even Catwoman made her sexy, I should say. Because I never really saw her that way. But go figure. Number 9, the Wicked Witch of the East. Yes, the Wicked Witch of the East. On the heroes list, on the female heroes list, I named Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz. And on this one, it's got to be the Wicked Witch of the East, man. It's like when I was growing up, that witch actually scared me. You know what I mean? She was green, and it was something about the way she would always say, "and your dog too." Shit, man, how evil can you get? I can understand you wanting to take out Dorothy, but her dog, Toto? What kind of creature are you? Who are you? Oh my God. But I'm going to confess something to you guys. The Wicked Witch of the East was always kind of sexy to me too. And I'm not even lying. There was something. I don't know what it was, but it was something. I don't know. Number 8. Now y'all got to feel me on this. Some of you might not know this character, but it's Aunt Esther from Sanford and Son. Aunt Esther. Aunt Esther used to scare the shit out of me. There is nothing scarier in the black community, guys, nothing scarier than a Bible-thumping, old, evil black woman. All right, and Aunt Esther was the epitome of that. Something about the way she used to tear up her face, and she used to say to Fred Sanford, "You old heathen, you fool." You know what I mean? It's like that woman was capable of murder, man. It's like, and I don't care. It's like Aunt Esther could possibly be the most evilest, scariest character on network television ever. That's how much she used to scare me. She was funny, yes she was, and the way Fred Sanford used to go back and forth with her, it was classic comedy, but man, there was something underneath the surface. That woman was fucking Satan. Okay, number 7, Samara. Samara from the Ring movies. Samara from the Ring movies. Classic, terrifying villain. When I saw The Ring, there was a point, when I saw The Ring in the movie theaters, there was a point where I actually closed my eyes when the video was playing. And dude, I'm not a fucking panty waist, man. It's like I grew up watching slasher movies, watching zombie flicks, you know, watching The Exorcist. Nothing really, and you know what, I could put Linda Blair on this list too. I didn't. Shout out to Linda Blair, you know, in The Exorcist. Classic villain, man. And she was more a victim villain though. She wasn't really a villain. But getting back to Samara, you know, The Ring affected me like that, man. I didn't want to watch the video because I didn't want to take the chance, you know, that within 7 days or some shit, I would be dead, you know, after watching that damn video clip. And the way she crawled out of the TV, you know, it was like, it was crazy, you know. So she really made an impression on me. And looking back on it, I guess I feel kind of foolish about it, but I'm not going to lie. That shit, it was scary. All right, number 6, Nellie Olson. Nellie Olson from Little House on the Prairie. Evil, evil bitch, man, Nellie Olson. I think we all know about this. If you're a person of a certain age, you watch Nellie Olson. She blinded Mary on the show. Mary was blind because of Nellie Olson. Now, they didn't show that on the show. They didn't actually say that, but you know she had something to do with it. She had something to do with Mary being blind. She introduced Albert to crack, okay? and she poisoned the grain, man. Remember that episode where the grain was poisoned and like half the town of Willow Grove or whatever it was called, Walnut Grove, started dying? You know what I mean? Nelly, I fucking know it. Nelly was behind that shit. All right, so Nelly Olsen, number 6. Number 5, Maleficent from Sleeping Beauty. Evil, man, evil. I don't know who can watch that movie, that old movie from the 30s, Sleeping Beauty, without being afraid by that evil Maleficent. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. It's like, yo, she came with the poison apple. You know what I mean? Was it that one? Was it Sleeping Beauty with the poison apple? I don't know, but anyway, she was evil. You know, I think she was the one that did the mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of them all. And because she was hating on Sleeping Beauty, on her, I think it was her stepdaughter, she wanted to put her in a coma, man. Evil, evil. It just doesn't get more evil than that. You know, so there it is, Maleficent. I don't know how to talk today, but you know who I'm talking about. Anyway, going on. Alex. We're talking about Alex from Fatal Attraction, as played by Glenn Close. There is nothing, gentlemen, more scary than a psycho side chick. All right, you got your good thing going on at home. You had a little jump off. You know what I mean? You were in a moment of weakness or whatever. You know, you got your rocks off with some chick at the office, some hot chick at the office, only to find out that she's a fucking psycho and she's gonna blow up your spot. You know what I mean? Ooh, there's nothing more scary than that. She starts calling up your house. You know what I mean? She's boiling rabbits, and she takes your kid to the amusement park. She picks her up from school. I guess this was before, you know, the days when you used to have to get buzzed in and sign out and have all types of consent forms and stuff like that. She took Michael Douglas's daughter to an amusement park and spent the day with her. She could have killed her, man. And this is your side piece, all right? She's doing all this shit because she's about to blow you up to your wife. Ooh, oh, it was horrible. Number 3, Lori Quaid. Lori Quaid, as played by Sharon Stone from Total Recall. The only Total Recall that matters, not the one with Colin Farrell. Okay, we're talking about the Total Recall. Arnold Schwarzenegger, get your ass to Mars. Okay, what did I say about Lori Quaid? She was his fake wife, all right? In his fake life, because he had fake memories implanted. So she wasn't really his wife. In fact, what she was doing was she was sleeping with the guy who was trying to kill him for the entire movie. Comes to find out, it's almost like they took a peek into my life and based a movie upon that. Anyway, that was the movie where when Arnold Schwarzenegger finally finds out what's going on, he blasts her, and he's like, no, she says, you wouldn't hurt me. I'm your wife. And this is Sharon Stone, by the way, at the height of her hotness. She looked good in that movie, yo. And Arnold Schwarzenegger goes to blast her. And what did he say? Remember what he said, y'all. He said, boom, consider that a divorce. Yeah, man. Just like my life. Anyway, number 2, Cersei. Cersei from Game of Thrones, man. Big boss bitch, big time. Cersei is an animal. Cersei sleeps with her brother. And what else does she do? Shame, shame. She actually walks around with a fucking zombie Frankenstein's monster animal who crushed a man's head with his bare hands. Do you remember that? The Mountain versus the Viper. I'm still traumatized by that scene, man. And she ended up getting her comeuppance. You know, one season where they stripped her down, she was all types of tortured and she was imprisoned. But then she got back at all of her enemies. She got them all in one place and she blew that place sky high, man. Everybody died who was against her, you know, and that's the way you do it. That's the way you go out. Cersei Lannister, number 2. Crazy, crazy. All right, number 1. We got all the way down to number 1 already. All right, good, because my ex has been calling me, so I got to find out what's going on with that. Number 1. Number 1, I put as villainous. Not, well, yeah, number 1, okay. It's a tie, okay? I have it as a tie between two classic villainesses, all right? And that would be Drum roll, please. Boom. Beyonce and Kim Kardashian. Oh yeah, Beyonce and Kim Kardashian. Listen, dude, I don't know what's up with these people, but I just know there's some evil, fucking real life satanic chicks, man. No disrespect to anyone who loves these people. I just have something. I got a feeling deep down inside of me. It is never gonna go away. So there they are. Number one. Disagree, agree, deal with it. Anyway, I'm gonna have to cut this short because I have things to do. I just wanted to check in real quick. And I guess I'm gonna see you guys on the next one. This is The Gospel, according to Mark with a C. The solo movie. Fuck out of here. Catch you on the next one. Rock on.